Is it a lock that Justin Verlander is going into the Hall of Fame as a Detroit Tiger?
I think he goes in as an Astro. And I'm just saying it because winning championships matters.
The guy is he's a miracle. He's a miracle. I don't know what he's doing.
He played all those seasons with the Tigers. He was surrounded by guys that could win a World Series, and they didn't win a World Series.
You know, Cabrera and Verlander will have statues at Comerica Park. Guys, to fill you in, yesterday we were talking about Justin Verlander. There was a stat that came up. Want to put that up for you right now if we can. About Justin Verlander's first half dominance as he goes to the All-Star game. Now, he is not going to pitch. Not that one. He is not going to pitch in the All-Star game. But he's got 12 wins, an 800 win percentage, ERA under 2. Opponent's batting average under 200, a whip of under 0.9, and 5 Ks per walk ratio, 5-1.
Yeah, 5 whip.
5 whip. Just an incredible numbers. This is the
It's
Astros.
freaking insane. He's 39.
First pitcher in Astros history to enter the All-Star break with these numbers.
And they also had Roger Clemens and Nolan Ryan.
It got us to thinking, Braylon, is it a lock that Justin Verlander is going into the Hall of Fame as a Detroit Tiger?
The answer to that question is no. It's not a lock that he's going as a Detroit Tiger. I understand that he's Detroit lore. I understand that he did 11 seasons here. I understand that he's one of the best pitchers. Well, he's one of the best pitchers in Detroit Tiger history. I understand all those things. I understand he won a Cy Young here. I understand he went to the 2 World Series here. I get that. He didn't win any World Series in Detroit. He won a World Series with the Astros. Mm-hmm. He's been to 2 World Series with the Astros. His ERA is lower with the Astros than it was with the Tigers. If you look at this, 16 wins, 21 wins, and he's 12 now, and we'll see how the season plays out. Justin Verlander at 39, just signed an extension 3 years ago, just had Tommy John surgery a year and a half ago, is pitching the best that he's pitched in I don't know how long, maybe ever. Justin Verlander seems like the type that will play another 3-4 years. You add that in there, you start looking at that resume, you start stacking it up. People have already forgotten he played for Detroit Tigers that aren't in Detroit. They remember championships. They remember what you did when you won it. He won it with the Astros. He won again with the Astros. He's at 12 wins at the All-Star break right now. Who knows? He's on pace to win 24 games, which he's done once here with the Detroit Tigers. If Justin Verlander stays on this type of pace, they have the best odds, well, the second best odds to win the World Series right now. If he wins another World Series and happens to be named MVP in that World Series, he plays another 3 years, gets another 18-win season, another 19-win season, I think he goes in as an Astro. And I'm just saying it because winning championships matters. Look at the flip side. Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan's best pitching was with the Angels. Nobody talks about that. They talk about the Astros. Nolan Ryan had 3 20-win seasons with the Astros. He had 4 Cy Young. I mean, not with the Astros. With the Angels. He had 4 Cy Youngs, 3 20-pitch win-plus seasons. Nobody talks about them. They talk about the Astros. That's where he did the bulk of his damage when he won. I'm telling you right now, it's just like Matt Stafford. If Matt Stafford wins another Super Bowl and he has 4 more good years like he did last year, people are going to forget that he played for the Detroit Lions. That's why I don't think it's a lock. Right now, he's going in as a Tiger. But is it a lock? No.
That's why Matt Stafford will go in as a Lion. And so will Justin Verlander go in as a Tiger.
The one thing I forgot to before you get started, he was never the best pitcher for the Tigers once Max Scherzer got drafted. Max Scherzer was the best pitcher.
I just want to say, he never wanted to leave here. He left here to maybe even help this team. But they couldn't help themselves. Al Avila made the deal. And I remember when it went down. He was on the phone with Justin and Kate. And they're like, should we pull the trigger? You want me to do this, Justin? Should I do this? And JV and Kate Upton didn't give him the okay until like the very last second and say, okay, let's try it. Let's go ahead and do it. And he winds up winning a World Series for them. And he might win another one. He might. He will throw another no-hitter. He will, because he's been flirting with that. The guy is a miracle. He's a miracle. I don't know what he's doing, how he's doing it.
He's winning.
But to think they had JV and Max Scherzer on this staff, and they are still 20-game winners this late in their career for other teams, it absolutely it pierces my heart.
But you got to answer the question. You didn't answer the question.
He goes as a Tiger.
Okay. Gotcha.
And just, Maz, you mentioned the trade. So this Don Drysdale puts up on Twitter, since Avila traded Justin Verlander to the Houston Astros, JV is 55-18 with a 2.35 ERA. 0.843 whip in 91 starts. The prospects Avila got in a return package are not 55-18 with a 2.35. You know, another guy
barely
said,
alive.
Yeah, you know, another guy said the prospects they got back were a guy that pitched 14 minor league starts, guy that's very average MLB hitter with that has Tommy John surgery, and a career minor leaguer. That's who he got back. So that's beside the point.
Yeah.
I think it is a lock that Justin Verlander goes in as a Detroit Tiger, regardless of what happens with the Houston Astros, because I don't believe JV is done yet, but I also don't believe the Houston Astros are going to be Verlander's last team. I think he is going to be one of those guys now that, you know, you take your $40 million a year and you go pitch for the Mets. You take your $40 million a year and you go pitch for the Dodgers. I think I could see Verlander be that kind of guy that's just going to start taking these one-year deals as they come.
Well, I didn't know that caveat was part of the conversation. I thought we were assuming that he was finishing with the Astros.
So let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's assume that he finishes with the Astros and pitches another 3 years from now and gets to 42. I still think he goes in as a Tiger, because the one thing about making it to the Hall of Fame is it's a very individual sport. I think winning World Series matters, but that is a team accomplishment. Winning, getting to the Hall of Fame, to me, is so individual. And I just looking at where you stand in the franchise, right? I mean, he's gonna have a statue out in front of Comerica Park or next to some of the greats, along with Miguel Cabrera. You know, Cabrera and Verlander will have statues at Comerica Park. Chosen second overall in 04. Made his debut in 05. 12 years as the ace. 2 World Series appearances. Second in the Tigers organization in strikeouts. 2 no-hitters. 2011 Pitchers Triple Crown, Cy Young, MVP, Sporting News Player of the Year, 6 All-Star Game appearances, Rookie of the Year, 2-time wins leader, 4-time strikeouts leader. All of those things, aside from the team accomplishment of actually winning a World Series, he's done more of everything with the Tigers. Now, that's just a matter of fact that he played longer with the Tigers. But I do think it's a slam dunk. He ends up in Cooperstown with the Tigers.
Can I sneak one thing in there?
Sure.
Everything you said is 100% right. I agree with that. And obviously, like Fletch talked about, when he was crying when he came back here, you saw the emotion. He's a Tiger. We know that. But injury could be a reason why he doesn't go in as an Astro. Injury, because he's been there 5 years. He missed 2 seasons, I want to say, essentially. One season he pitched 1 game, he got injured. Another season he pitched 5 and he got injured. You add those 2 seasons, another 18 wins, another 19 wins, maybe even 20. And then on top of another 3 seasons, it could be a what-if situation. But as it stands now, I agree with you, Tiger.
Fletch, you want to weigh in? I know you're a baseball guy.
Yeah. God, it feels so bad. I hate saying this because I am a homer. I grew up watching the Tigers. I cried when Justin Verlander got traded. I think he'll go in as an Astro.
Why?
If he stays with the Astros,
Woo-hoo, there we go.
The numbers that he's putting up with them coming off of Tommy John, let's say that even with the Tommy John surgery, he has another 3 seasons left with his extension, and then maybe even more. If he continues to put up those numbers, he's gonna win another World Series. The Astros are, I'm looking at their stats right now, they're 8 games up in their division. They have a chance to go again this year. He's built different with the Astros, with the team that he knows can actually win. He played all those seasons with the Tigers. He was surrounded by guys that could win a World Series, and they didn't win a World Series. He's now showing that he has the potential to be a pitcher that turns a team into something that can win. He didn't do that with the Tigers. He loves Detroit. He loves the team. He comes back to Detroit and he cries. I don't think that ending his career, he will be a Tiger.
The one thing I will say, Fletch, because Fletch and I happen to be on the same team, but the one thing I will say is the one knock on him in Houston, in the World Series that they played in, the one they won and one they lost, he didn't play good. And that's the one thing you can look at. Like, he didn't have a dominant performance. He actually didn't play good. He didn't play well at all in either World Series that they played with the Astros. So that could be a knock looking at the Astros career.